Hey, I'm Ramon Ray, founder of Smart Hustle Magazine, and we're at Suite World 2019 in Las Vegas, Nevada. I keep wanting to say Las Vegas, California. Why? I don't know. But thanks for being here, Evan Goldberg,
my pleasure.
co-founder of NetSuite. So what's the day been like for you so far? What are you excited about? I know it's another NetSuite, but I'm sure there's new things that happen each year. What's going through your mind?
Yeah, well, we got some cool guests and keynotes and all that good stuff. The team always puts together a really great show. But a lot of what we're showing is in the same vein. You know, our companies are fast-growing companies with big ideas, and they want to grow faster and grow smarter, and we're just trying to help. I mean, you know, they do it. They do all the work. It's their idea. We're just sort of
on your platform.
Yeah, we're an enabler. We help it, maybe be faster and smoother and get towards your sort of North Star.
Yeah.
You never can reach the North Star.
But we try.
We try, exactly.
So let's talk to those startups, those founders, Evan. I know you are one. You know the world. Again, your company's very large, but can you talk to those who are, let's talk to two people, those who are just starting out their businesses. They see what Evan has done, and other entrepreneurs who build amazing companies. What's your advice for those who are just starting out? They have a dream. They want to be the next billion-dollar company, not small. They want to go big.
Right.
How can they do that? What things have you done wrong or have seen people do wrong? Let's talk about that.
No, and when I talk to entrepreneurs, I really consistently focus on maintaining your focus. And we just mentioned the North Star. I mean, that vision that you had at the beginning and that's driving you always have to keep it in mind, put it up on your walls. And when, there's going to be distractions along the way, and there's going to be customers that want to pull you in one direction or another. There's going to be stakeholders that say, hey, we think you should do it differently. You're going to get advice from all sides. And it's hard, especially if it's your first time doing it. My first business failed. I learned a ton from it, and it's kind of a rite of passage in Silicon Valley, but I took a lot of...
So it's okay to fail.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Totally.
Not fail too much though.
No,
it's okay
yeah,
to fail.
and I took a lot of what I learned there and transferred it to what became NetSuite. But always maintaining that focus. You're not going to be able to go directly towards your vision. You are going to have to bob and weave. But as long as you know when you're doing that and you know how to kind of get back on track, I mean, I think that's critical. And so don't try to do too much. Laser light focus and succeeding there, really, in knowing your differentiation and always focusing on that and making sure you're always the best at what's different, because you're going to be asked to catch up. Whatever you're, a product or service, whatever you are, people are going to say, well, competitor A does this, why don't you do that? And sometimes maybe it is the right thing to sprint a little bit and catch up in some ways. But again, the most important thing is that in your differentiation, how you're different, you maintain a big lead and you are the best and you're known for it.
And so you don't want to always be, I guess, the tail wagging the dog going this way and that way, just because you'll never get there.
You can't be all things to all people, and just maintaining that focus on what's different about what you're doing and being the best at that. And that's generally, I think, where success derives from.
Anything different, Evan, or anything you want to add to those, let's say, who don't want to be big? You may have heard a small giant scenario. We want to be just good companies, but not trying to go big. Any different advice or added advice to those who say, you know what, I want to maybe be a $500,000 business, $3 million business. This is just what I want to do. Lifestyle-ish.
Yeah, well, don't take a ton of venture money in that. I think that but the reality is that a lot of success comes sort of whether you want it or not. I mean, if you have a great idea, there's a good chance it's going to take off. If you have customers or stakeholders, people using your service, whatever, that are telling other people about it, and that's the whole thing with Net Promoter. I know a lot of your audience, I'm sure, has heard of Net Promoter, and how likely are you to recommend this good or service to a colleague. If you're getting the 9s and 10s there, you're not going to be able to help it. It's going to take on a life of its own. Now then, that's when the decision point is that how much do I ride this wave? But it's more going to be thrust upon you rather than you sort of making a conscious decision. I'm going to be huge. I mean, and there's a lot of luck. There's a lot of luck involved. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. And lastly, Evan, I know your time is short, and I appreciate you being here with us today. Artificial intelligence, I know it's a whole other, coming out of left field here, but I just know it's a big thing. I know NetSuite talks about Oracle, etc. Thoughts on that? Is it for companies? Is it not? Is it too much? Is it too little? What are your thoughts on where this is going for business
I think
owners?
It impacts every company in one way or another, and there's no doubt that we're generating more data than ever in everything we do. If you have an internet service, you're probably generating an enormous amount of data. And the tools out there to analyze it, to spot trends, I mean, it's not the kind of decision-making process that's going to make your decisions for you, but it is going to potentially unearth some patterns. So I think trying to figure out how you can use tools to unearth patterns in your own business, I think, is incredibly important. The only thing I'd say, and this is our philosophy, is don't try to, the term boil the ocean. Don't try to do everything you possibly could with artificial intelligence. Find focused areas, whether they be focused features that if you're an internet service, focused features you can give your customer, or if you're a product, focused ways that you can use AI to analyze your buying patterns, those kinds of things. Start small, see if you can get some successes out of that, and then grow from there.
I heard an interesting speech, Evan, from Christopher Penn. You may know him. He's an AI data guy, and Mark Schaefer wrote a book about being human. I thought it was an interesting blend of use robots, as he called it in his speech, and technology, but be human. Don't forget to send a thank you card, etc. So I thought that was an interesting blend of how to use it. But Evan, thanks so much for spending time with us, and we appreciate it. And I'll see more of you, and I'm sure you'll be on stage and speaking to you from NetSuite.
Well, thanks for having me.